sand. He held me in his hand and gave me strength to face the coming day. At times I felt alone, I was never on my own. Someday I'll understand. Footprints in the sand.
Last night I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord, and across the sky flashed scenes from my life. And for each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to me, and the other to the Lord. And after the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints.
Footprints in the sand. He held me in his hand. Someday I'll understand. Footprints in the sand.
Now this really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and lowest times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. And I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. And the Lord replied, "My son, my precious child, I love you, and I would never leave you. During your times of suffering, when you could see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you."
Footprints in the sand. He held me in his hand. He gave me strength to face the coming day. At times I felt alone, I was never on my own. Someday I'll understand. Footprints in the sand. Footprints in the sand.
Sabi ni Jesus sa kanta, "My child, I love you and I would never leave you." During the most difficult moments of your life, when you see only one set of footprints, those were the times I carried you. This is the second part of our reflection on Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves, for my yoke is easy and my burden light." Narinig ko po sa isang ini-interview ng CNN reporter ang statement na ito. "It is such a terrible feeling, this deep sense of things getting out of control." I'm sure yan ang pakiramdam ngayon ng marami sa buong mundo. The situation seems to be getting out of control. Now, a person who thinks that things are getting out of control have so many fearful questions na usually ang simula ng tanong ay, what if? What if I or one of my loved ones gets this COVID-19? What if this crisis gets worse and this lockdown is extended? What if I lose my job? livelihood or business as a result of this? What if the economy goes into recession or worse, depression, and all my investments take big hits or might be gone? Marami pa tayong fearful questions, as-if questions, kaugnay sa personal na buhay natin, sa pamilya natin, sa mga significant person sa buhay natin, sa mga bagay na lubhang mahalaga sa atin. Hindi ko po sinasantabi o hindi ko sinasabi na isantabi ninyo o baliwalain ninyo ang mga fearful questions nito. Makatutulong ang mga ito para maharap natin ang tunay na kalagayan natin at para masuri natin ang mga priorities and values natin sa buhay at para magawa natin ang tama para makaiwas sa kapahamakan. However, these questions should not become dominant questions of our lives, for they are born of fear and not of faith. They can drive us to despair rather than lift us to new hope. Unknowingly, we are allowing a lot of things, call them dark forces, to play their own fear tactics on us, na para bang mga bata lang tayo na pinaglalaruan, tinatakot. We know the power of fear. We know that fear has the power to control, to command, to exploit, to manipulate, to dictate. In many, often very subtle ways, fear victimizes and controls us. It causes confusion and anger in us. It leads us into depression and despair. It does not only make us feel helpless and powerless, it makes us close or feel close to defeat, to destruction, to death. Sa previous talk ko, nasabi ko na marahil higit sa lahat ang nakapagpapapagod sa atin ay yung pagpupumilit natin na hawakan ng buhay natin at kontrolin ang lahat ng nangyayari sa atin, not to have control or at least some control of our lives. Control over the things that are happening in us and around us. Eh sabi ko nga, yan mismo ang inaalis sa atin ni COVID. Yan mismo ang wala tayo ngayon. Control over the situation. Kaya maraming pagod na pagod, pagal na pagal sa panahon ito. Just the thought or feeling of life getting out of control makes many of us really tired and burdened. Come to me, and I will give you rest. Come to me, and I will give you rest. Mga kapatid, sana mapaunlakan natin ang paanyayang ito ng Panginoon. Lalong-lalo na ngayon tayo ipatuloy na naka-lockdown. Ngayon tayo ay papasok na sa Holy Week. Paunlakan natin ang paanyaya ng Panginoon. May this time of forced and long vacation for us be a time for us to rest in the Lord. Tiyak may magre-react, may magsasabi, tulad ng nasabi ko nga sa isa sa mga talks ko, Father, that is easy for you to say. How can I rest when everything in me and around me is making me restless? How can I rest gayong hindi ko alam kung kailan at paano matatapos ang lahat ng ito? How can I rest gayong malapit na akong mawala ng trabaho? Konti na lamang babaksak na ang negosyo ko. Malamang magsara na ang kumpanya namin. How can I rest when the situation seems to be getting out of control? We want to believe that God is in control. Pero parang may bahagi sa sarili natin na nagsasabi, it is too good to be true. We fear what might happen to us if we actually put our lives into God's hands. As a consequence, we take a half-hearted, cautious approach living our faith. We have to admit that we are afraid to let go and let God be God for us. Faith is actually trusting when the going gets tough. Sadya ngang kailangang makintal sa isip natin, tumimo sa puso natin ang mensahe ng Ebanghelyo at kailangan natin itong mapanghawakan sa buhay natin. With deep faith in God's love for us, we can let go of all those insecurities, all those fears, all those anxieties that imprison us. We can let go of those false ideas or illusions that we can make it on our own, that we know what is best for us, and that we can just do it. With faith in God's love, we can let God be God for us. Si Atlas po ay isang figure sa Greek mythology na offend niya si Zeus, ang hari ng mga Greek gods, at bilang punishment, pinapasan ni Zeus kay Atlas ang buong bigat ng daigdig literally sa kanyang mga balikat for all eternity. Kay Atlas, kinuha yung expression na pasan-pasan niya ang mundo. O pasan-pasan ko ang daigdig. At may mga taong namumuhay na ganyan ang pakiramdam. Pasan-pasan nila sa mga balikat nila ang bigat ng mundo. Harold Kushner wrote in his book, Who Needs God? And may I quote, Atlas was condemned to carry the weight of the entire world. Today, it seems that we have volunteered to play the role of Atlas. We have not offended God. We have dismissed Him, told Him we were grown up enough to not to need His help anymore, and offered to carry the weight of the world upon our shoulders. The question is, when the weight or burden gets too heavy for us, when questions and confusions overwhelm our mind, when problems become too hard to solve, will we be too proud to admit that we have made a mistake in wanting to carry this world alone? Well, kung ipagpipilitan mong pasanin ang bigat ng mundo sa mga balikat mo, talagang mapapagod ka. Talagang mapapagal ka. You are going to be a very tired, very burdened individual. Gusto ko pong ibalik sa personal context natin ang reflection na ito. Gusto kong pagnilayan ninyo ang ilang katanungan. Ang mga tanong na ito ay makatutulong sa atin para personal na matugunan ang paanyaya ng Panginoon na lumapit sa Kanya. I will give you rest. Naniniwala ako na sa pagtatanong natin at siyempre sa pagbibigay natin ng personal na kasagutan natin, ay hinahayaan natin ang paanyaya ng Panginoon na maging makabuluhan sa atin. We allow the Lord's invitation to become more meaningful, more relevant to us here and now. So, let us answer these questions in the silence of our hearts. Are you experiencing some form of weariness? What is the cause of it? Is it physical tiredness due to too much work and very busy schedule? Is it emotional fatigue due to stress, pressure, tension, conflict? Is it spiritual fatigue due to dryness in prayer or due to sinfulness? Are you burdened by some kind of baggage that you have been carrying? Burdened by guilt, insecurity, anxiety, doubt, fear, anger, or hatred, burdened by demands, expectations, and dictates of people around you, burdened by problems in your personal life, family, community. Mga kapatid, sana buong katapatan nating sagutin ang mga tanong na ito. Jesus says, "Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy and my burden light." What is a yoke? Ang Tagalog po ng yoke ay pamatok, pang-atang. Ito ay isang wooden harness o kahoy na gamit na pinapatong o iniaatang sa leeg ng dalawang hayop tulad ng baka para pagdikitin ang dalawa at para magkatulong silang humila o pumasan sa isang bagahe. Take note of how personal the statement of Jesus is. He calls it my yoke. Dahil si Jesus po ay anak ng isang magaling na karpintero, kaya maituturing natin siyang isa ring magaling na karpintero. Ayon po sa isang matandang kwento, si Jesus ay gumagawa ng mga pamatok, yokes, sa isang carpentry shop sa Nazareth. At siya ang pinakamahusay, the best, na gumawa ng yoke sa buong Galilee. Jesus knew firsthand what he was talking about when he used the metaphor, "My yoke is easy." The word that Jesus uses for easy can be translated as well-fitting. So we can translate Jesus' words as meaning, "My yoke is well-fitting. Lapat na lapat sa inyong balikat ang aking pamatok." Kapag lapat na lapat ang pamatok sa balikat natin, at ang kabilang bahagi nito ay nakaatang o nakapatong sa balikat ng Panginoong Hesus, ang bigat na pinapasan natin ay sadyang gumagaan. Yan ang kahulugan ng sinasabi ni Jesus na my yoke is easy and my burden light. Keep that powerful image in your mind. When Jesus tells us, "Take my yoke upon you," we might as well ask, who is our yoke mate? Our yoke mate is none other than Jesus himself. The yoke, in fact, belongs to the Lord Jesus, and he only invites us to team up with him. Kaya, sinasabi ng Panginoon sa bawat isa sa atin, trust me and yoke yourself to me. Together, we can pull any load. Together, we can carry any burden. No matter what kind of weariness we feel or what kind of burden we bear, Jesus says, "Come to me and I will give you rest. Come to me and I will give you strength. Come to me and I will give you grace." My dear friends, what is important right now is not just to listen to the words of Jesus, but more so to respond to his invitation. Come to me, I will give you rest. Our greatest need is to rest and relax and trust in the Lord. Mga kapatid, ang pinakamahalagang bagay na magagawa natin sa panahon na ito ay humingi ng biyaya na magpapalakas at magpapalalim sa pananalig at pagtitiwala natin sa Panginoong Diyos. Let us earnestly pray for that kind of faith and trust that will enable us to focus on the things of God. I firmly believe that the Lord's message to us in all of this is hope. Hope that is rooted in the truth that God is in control. The reason for our hope is the reason for our confidence in God's love. Hope is based on the spiritual knowledge that while the world in which we live is shrouded in darkness, God has overcome the world. That God's light is more real than all the darkness. That God's truth is more powerful than all human lies. That God's love is stronger than death. I want to share with you this message that I received from a dear friend. Today is another grace-filled day. God is forever faithful. He strengthens us when we are tired and weary. He encourages us when we get off track and think of quitting. He guides us when tasks seem confusing and impossible. He inspires us when we fall and challenges keep coming along the way. He hugs and loves us even when no one seems to care anymore. Indeed, God is always there for us. All the time. Iiwan ko po sa inyo ang love letter na ito ng Diyos sa inyo at kayo na po ang magbasa.
Life is not at all that bad, my friend. If you believe in yourself, if you believe there's someone who walks through life with you, you'll never be alone. Just learn to reach out and open your heart. Lift up your hands to God, and He'll show you the way. And He said, cast your burdens upon me, those who are heavily come to me, all of you who are tired of carrying heavy loads. For the yoke I will give you is easy, and my burden is light. Come to me, and I will give you rest. When you feel the world is tumbling down on you, and you have no one that you can hold on to, just face the rising sun, and you see hope, and there's no need to run. Lift up your hands to God, and He'll make you feel alright.